Well, here we go. The Hunting Land Man podcast, episode 44. This is your host, Slade Priest, the Hunting Land Man. And today we have got the Rackbuck Realtor, a.k.a. Cameraman Caleb, is here today. And so Caleb, if you didn't know, he started off as a cameraman. Now he's a full-time real estate agent working with me out of the Natchez office and is doing a great job. Before I get too far in this, Caleb, I'll let you do this. Who is our podcast brought to you by, and why do we use them so much?
Our podcast is brought to you by Southern Ag Credit. They take great care of us and all of our clients. I forgot what else you say, but that's pretty daggum close. No, they really do a great job taking care of us and our clients. They do a lot for Slade and his own business ventures. And so, you like to work with people who are not just good people, but they're good at what they do, and that's Southern Ag Credit.
It's really easy to push them. Y'all have heard them on the podcast before. They have the best product. They're great people. They're easy to work with. What else do you need to say?
Yeah, that's true.
All right, today I want to talk about who's the Rackbuck Realtor. And the reason I want to talk about this is very soon, well, basically already, Caleb is starting to do a lot of real estate, okay? In and around Natchez, he's taking a bunch of residential stuff, some small lots and things like that. Of course, he helps me every day with all of our stuff, from camera editing to pictures to everything he does. He's very good and thorough at what he does. But so I kind of tell you our plan with Caleb going forward. Now, Caleb, big hunter like myself, and Caleb is from North Louisiana. Tell everybody where you're from, Caleb.
I'm from a little town right outside of Monroe called Swartz, in between Monroe and Bastrop. Grew up right there on Stubbs, Vinson Road. Spent a lot of time hunting right there in the refuges, right across from Wham Break. And, all of my family's right there.
What parish is that?
Ouachita Parish.
Ouachita Parish. Well, so what we're going to do, of course, that's not where I'm from. That's not where I have extreme expertise of local knowledge like Caleb does. So my game plan is to launch Caleb out of Natchez office and let Caleb take over that market. And I don't, Caleb, I've seen the competition out in that area. I think you can do it. I know you can do it. I don't, how do I put this very, very politely?
I'll say it.
You're not coming to participate.
Yeah, we're not here to take part. We're here to take over. And look, from a marketing standpoint, I know it can be done. It's easy to outmarket the current competition. Look, I'm not going to sit here and pretend like I know everything there is to know about land. Look, I grew up poor boy hunting. I can go out and kill deer and stuff, but when it comes to timber and all these other things, where I'm not the expert. Slade is the expert on that, and when we've got other agents in our office that know vastly more about all those things than I do. Now, I've learned a whole bunch just from working with the people that we work with, and having conversations and listening. But that's not what I grew up doing. What I grew up doing was loving land, loving spending time with family and outdoors and with my friends, and that's what I'm passionate about. That's what I find that a lot of people that are buying, that's what they're passionate about.
They think big hunting tracts, but more often than not, it's about spending time with family and friends.
And I didn't expect that. I thought that people were going to be, man, I want to kill 150 out here every year. And some people say that, and then after they own it for a little while, they'll talk to you again. And
today,
they're like, man,
case in
look,
point, you didn't get to meet the buyer today on the track that we sold today. We sold 344 acres in Natchez, real nice guy. Southern Ag Credit did the financing. Thank y'all for that. And the guy is a hunter. And look, the guy's got 150-inch deer on camera right now. Not concerned.
Yeah.
I'm not saying they're not going to hunt them and try to kill those big deer, but not concerned. He's concerned with putting a lake right in front of the camp.
That's what and why is he doing it? For his family.
Right.
They want to go make memories. And I see this all the time with deer and social media's got the biggest thing to do with this, in my opinion. But people are always tearing each other down over the size of a deer, the age of a deer, and this and that. Man, it ain't about the deer. It's about what that deer represents. And that deer represents a memory. I've got so many memories with friends over a doe or over a little spike or something like that. Really and truly, that's what God gave us these animals to do. And He gave us to enjoy them. And it's just getting further and further away from that because of social media. And I think that we as hunters have to be real careful especially hunters that work in the outdoor industry. We got to be careful and remember why God gave us animals.
I totally agree. And Caleb's hunted with me for a year, in the tree, so he gets it. He understands how I am about this. I like what you said as far as, it represents a memory. And for me, okay, even that can be taken with, hey, if you're Bentley, first buck, small 8-point right here, memory will never forget.
That's right.
Okay. For me personally, last year, a deer that, we think he's a really good deer, but a lot of social media, that's not, look, 6 or 7 year old deer, we hunted him all season. And could I have been any more excited when I killed him?
No.
That's what I'm saying. That's
right.
the memory. It's what it represents,
Yeah.
And it's different for every Look, this little redneck, hold on, I was going to say it about me, but I'll just say it about Caleb. Caleb could go shoot 3 does opening a week, and he ain't gonna be any happier if he shot a 130.
Not one bit.
Yeah.
Matter of fact, just because I got 6 back straps instead of 2, I may be happier.
That's right. We measure by how long the back strap is, not how many points.
That's right. And the does, you go across the forehead. They fingers.
Well, look, I want to get back to real estate. We can talk about hunting all day. What kind of I want everybody to know that follows us, that's either on our email list or looking to buy land or whatever, and what Caleb can do for you that I can't. Okay, we've been very blessed through all our, through our clients out there that so darn busy. I don't even know how many tanks of gas I put in my truck this week. 8, 10, just so busy in a good way. Okay, what that does for me, Caleb is super good at taking care, like today he was writing a contract, working on a listing agreement. So there's things that, like, if you're one of our clients and I say, hey, look, Caleb's going to get with you, believe me, you're in better hands. And what I mean by that is, if my brain's on 10 deals and Caleb's focusing on your one, and Caleb is the first to pick up the phone and call me or call Scott and say, hey, how do I do this? How do I word this? And so you're in great hands. And I think as Caleb goes into the Tensalls and the Washitas and Morehouse Parish, all up in that area, that's going to be portrayed very well to those clients. Something that Caleb and I have looked at, something we take a lot of pride in. Okay, every listing, we have a process. Even on, let's just say, a 40-acre tract, we usually got 30 to 50 pictures minimum, video, really good maps, different maps, OnX links, you name it, we have it on there. Listen, the competition out there, I'll tell you this, they're cheaper than us. You can get them done 4 or 5%, but guess what? You go look at their marketing and look at ours. And as we move into that market, as Caleb and I move into that market out of Natchez, I just think that the sky's the limit.
Case in point, okay? I'm getting, my phone is blowing up on a waterfront lot, okay? How many pictures can you take from a waterfront lot? Like, not that many. It's 1.14 acres.
Whole 1.14.
A whole 1.14, okay?
And this ain't the food plot on it. This is the track.
Plus or minus. And so, there's not a lot you can do with that, right, from a marketing standpoint. But if you go, like the marketing that I did, the last realtor, and I'm not going to call names, of course, but they had one picture, and it was of the water. You didn't even have a picture of the lot. There was nothing. You had no idea what you were getting into, and it was a picture of a survey. You just had no idea what you were getting into. Well, look at our marketing on. We got drone photos, we got videos, YouTube videos. Yeah, it's got almost 2,000 views now, just kind of out of nowhere. My phone's blowing up about it, and it's all because people know exactly where it is.
Fix and get a contract on it, right?
Yeah, fix and get a contract on it, and so, people need to know what they're buying. You need to take all of the questions that someone may have, a prospective buyer, answer them. Just answer them before they even have to ask them, and that's how we outmarket everybody.
I agree, and here's the deal. I hear it all the time. When people say, "Oh, what do you charge for listing commission?" I'll tell you, everybody more than everybody else. We're not trying to just do like, "Oh, we'll do it for cheap and we'll do it." No, we're trying to do you the best job. Half of our clients who sell these big stuff, they drive up in Ford Platinums and Duramaxes and Escalade, Raptor trucks. They drive up in top-end vehicles. They have really nice bows and clothing and everything like that. quit. Don't try to get the cheapest realtor. Try to get the best, because the best is going to bring you more money.
Exactly. That's what I was just about to say. Here's the deal with real estate commissions. Yeah, you may save 2 or 3% with someone else on the listing, but they may lose you 5% on what they get you in your final offer. You know, you're going to pay 1 or 2% more with us. I mean, I'm
right.
And look, if you don't want to do it, I'm just going to tell you, list it with someone else. I mean, I'm willing to shoot the hostage, but I may can get you 5 or 6% more than they can. So in the end, you still win.
Right. Because, and here, how you do that, Slade? How you do that, Caleb? Well, if we're doing a better job marketing, it's proven. I mean, I could take you through other people's listing. We're doing a better job marketing. We're putting more eyeballs on it. Okay. That means we're bringing more buyers to the table. More buyers.
More competition.
More competition. Now, look, we're not perfect. We're not saying that we have had something expire and somebody else has sold. We are not perfect. We don't control the market, but we control. If it doesn't sell, it's not because we didn't market it like crazy. And some properties are just harder to sell than others. I've owned some that are harder to sell than others. Yeah. So, I mean, it's just, it happens. But if you get it out there and you get it right and you price right, there's a buyer for every property. Sometimes it takes longer than others.
I tell people this all the time when we talk about listings. Property agents do not sell your property. The property has to sell itself. Right, but it's the agent's job to put the eyes on it, and we put more eyes on it than everybody.
Yeah, and it's your job to be good at getting the information out there. The property sells. Everybody labels realtors as like used car salesmen and a negative thing, but like the property sells itself. If you show up and the property ain't for you, I'll be the first to tell you, you don't want this property. Let's go down the road this one. Other day, case in point, 62 acres the other day. Andrew, my buddy, is getting. He went and looked at a property, and we were looking at it and just maybe if we got it for the right price. And I went to tell him about the one I just left with the little cabin.
Yeah,
we rode up the road and he bought it that day.
Right,
and it never went on the market because when I got somebody on that yellow buggy, when I got him in the truck, and we really went to talking, we figured out okay, this is what he wants and his wants were so easy for me to relate with. He's my age. Family, wanted to grow his boys up in the outdoors. Mm-hmm. This is actually a good point to bring up with Caleb. He hunts a lot of public land, but he said, listen, I want my young sons to experience good experiences in outdoors. Not that you can't do that on public land, right. but you know, he wants to be able to bring them on a 20-degree day in a Titan box blind, which he's buying one from me, and them see a bunch of deer in a food plot, you know, that kind of experience. Not that they won't go 5 miles down the road to the WMA, but, you know, he wants, just like my place, Casey.
And it's not so much, look, there's this whole big competition between public and private land. It has nothing to do with that. What it has to do with, yes, there is hard work, obviously, with public land, but there's a whole different side of hard work with private land, you know, preparing the food plots, getting the stands in the right spot, managing the deer herd, because really on public, you can't manage the deer herd, right? But right. There's so many other ways that you can work hard, and I mean, that's more fun. It's more fun when you own it and it's yours and you can say, this is mine. Mm-hmm. You know, no one's coming in here. I don't have to worry about white shrimp boots with a crossbow, you know, walking under my sand at 8 a.m. Personal experience.
Now, look, he can say that because he's married to a girl from Lafayette.
I am. Yeah, bona fide.
Bona fide. But anyway, I wanted to just bring y'all and tell you, you know, y'all have had Caleb. We've had Caleb on the podcast before. Tell you who he is. You know, he's a great hunter, a great person, trustworthy. I wouldn't be working with him as close as I am if he wasn't trustworthy. I think he's going to do extremely big things. And I'm so excited for our little Natchez office right there where I think that's, if you're in the way of that snowball, you better get out the way.
It's happening. Look, there's no stopping it. I mean, we've just got too many good things going for us. We've got the right people on board with us. It's already been put in motion.
Yep, we're rocking and rolling. Of course, anything takes time. We got our office, we got our signage up. You know, we're getting involved. Caleb lives in Natchez now. I already sell that area, and then it's going to allow us to sell more in the Concordia that we do a little bit now, Franklin Parish, over in that area. We got some new agents coming on that are going to be exciting to work with that are locals in those parishes. But if you're looking for property anywhere in Southwest Mississippi, of course, you know to call us now. if you're looking, or let's say you're listening to this out of Monroe, or you're listening to this out of somewhere, and you say, "Oh, like I want more of that North Louisiana feel." North Louisiana on that side of the river gives you things that this side of the river doesn't. Mm-hmm. Okay, it's more of a delta, more farm ground, more big hardwood tracks. So much. If you want ducks and deer, turkey's a little harder over there. Right. But if you want ducks and deer, which a lot of people want, more people want ducks and deer than they want deer and turkeys. If you want ducks and deer, it's easier to find over there.
That's right.
On the property. Now, properties are hard to find over there. A lot of them change hands without ever going on the market. A lot of times they cost a whole lot of money because you get the mineral rights. But God, no, we've sold some stuff over there. People growing some giants, like that place in the middle of Richard K. Yancey, that place by Glasscock. I mean, some good areas. I got a client who bought something, 1,200 acres off market the other day over there. And he was telling me, he said, look, he's got like 3 cameras on mineral sites right now. He said, I think I got $27 on camera. He said, I don't know if I got any real old deer. He said, I got 2 or 3 I know that are 4 years old. And he said 140s and 150s. And he said, I ain't even started getting them the good stuff yet. So
yeah. I mean, it's that Delta dirt, man. Mm-hmm. It's all that farm ground in the area. It really is like river bottom hunting. But you're far from the Mississippi River. It's just because that side's flat,
Right. And you have all the rivers. You got you got all those rivers.
Washita River, the Beff River, the Tensas River. I mean, it's just.
Speaking of Beff, if somebody's looking for deer, ducks, and turkeys, Beff Bend.
It don't get much better than that.
That's a cool track. Yeah, people, if we just got to get the right guy pulls up and says, "I want it."
And Turkey Creek is a 2-minute boat ride right there. I mean, some of the best crappie fishing you can ask for.
Great duck hunting too.
Yeah, really good duck hunting. That place, it's the trifecta. They rabbit hunted out there. Now they are from South Louisiana, so they did like to do some rabbit hunting and whatever. Know.
Hey, look, rabbits, squirrel hunting out there.
It's got an 11-acre field you could use for doves.
Get soybeans in it right now. Deer, duck. It's got a lot of cool things. You can fish 100 yards or 200 yards from the camp. It's a lot of really cool stuff. So Beff Bend, we got off topic there a little bit, but I just kind of want to let y'all know who the Rackbuck Realtor was, what our plans were for him. World domination is kind of the underlying thing. 1 acre at a time, but we're super excited about it. We're super excited to have Caleb on board. He just got his new Expedition bow set up. How's it shooting?
Well, I got to sight it in here in just a minute, but it's shooting. It feels real good at the bow shop.
I tell you what else we did today, and we'll talk a little bit more about it. We're doing another podcast with my buddy Barrett. We've had on here before in a little while. Is we put together that new Raider lock on ladder stand from Novix. This is the best way I can describe it. You've never seen a ladder stand built this good because nobody's ever made one this good.
And it goes together like Lincoln logs.
Yeah. That's a good, I didn't think, it is like Lincoln logs.
It's so easy to put together.
It took me 5 minutes. By the time Caleb outside, I had it put together. We didn't read the directions, so it took us a little longer than normal to put together. Hey, so you can come in and say, hey. Hey, Barrick. Oh, come here, Asa. We got to interview you real quick before we get off. We're going to steal Caleb's podcast real quick. Tell us what did you do this week?
Shoot a hog all by myself.
How big was he?
Ginormous.
He was ginormous. I can attest.
He was. How? Tell me about the hunt. Did you get excited? Tell me about it.
I got a little excited, and my heart was beating faster than a cheetah.
Faster than a what?
Cheetah.
Beating faster than a cheetah? What happened when you shot? What happened to the hog? He went down?
Yep.
What was he doing when we went up there? Was he making a bunch of noise? Well, tell me the noise.
Yep.
Oh.
I like it when they make that noise.
Yeah. Well, did you have fun?
Yes.
You think you want to do it again?
Yes.
Do you like hunting with Daddy?
Yes.
Awesome. You think you're going to be able to shoot a big buck this fall?
Yes.
All right. Well, let me and Mr. Caleb finish up, and I'll come see you in a second, okay? Love you. Go. Leave that alone. Well, that was your Asa Bear Minute. She did kill her a big hog this week. We're super proud of her, and this is what me and Caleb sell. We sell Caleb was talking about what deer and animals do, memories. They represent memories, and that's just what land does. Me and Asa sitting there watching our reveals. Big hog shows up. Me and my little girl go kill this big hog. So all the little boys out there, one day when you take her to shoot a doe in your food plot, you ain't going to impress her because we raising a killer.
That's right. It ain't the first time.
No, it ain't the first time. She's going, when she marries a hunter one day, he's got a lot of, he's going to have to be one. He's going to have to be one.
He's going to have to step up.
That's right. Well, we're about to jump off of here. We've already asked Caleb the $10 million question, but we'll do a little modification on that. All right, $100 million question, excuse me. Last time I asked you this, Caleb, it's been over a year ago, so has your answer changed a little bit? You've been on an elk hunt now, some of those things.
Yeah, definitely it changes. I definitely want some land up there in that Northeast Louisiana corridor, somewhere along the river, where I can do deer, ducks, and turkeys. So I am being very picky on that, but with enough money, you can be kind of picky.
100%.
I would want an elk ranch somewhere in Colorado or something like that. Where
I've been thinking about the elk ranch thing. Okay, 100 million. Things we think about us guys. I'm like, okay, do you want a $10 million elk ranch with your 100 million, or do you just want to go on like unbelievable hunts at different states? Every year. Like
I think I'd want a ranch. It's different, man. It's different when it's yours.
It is, and I tell you where you could kill one. And then, but you go for 2 weeks and you're calling them in for your buddies. And that
and
year.
like, even if you just go up there in the winter, and you're just sitting on the mountain with your wife and your kids and everything, and you're just like, that mountain right there. I own that mountain.
It's like John Dutton.
Yeah, like that.
That's what we sell. We sell John Dutton Juniors.
Yeah, and it's just, it's like, it's primal. There's something primal about that feeling.
Your own dirt.
That's right.
Well, speaking of the $100 million question and what we got going on, we got to go out and go sell some land. So we're going to jump off of here. We're going to do another podcast, and we're going to cook us some deer burritos tonight, all killed on land that I own.
That's right.
It's a great day. I'm going to hit this little blue button. Y'all have a blessed day. We're going to record another episode here in a little bit. Deer season is approaching. Elk hunts in 2 weeks. We got a lot going on.